So this week is my birthday week and I'm not really doing that much this week, but I wanted to do a little casual reading diaries video. I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is eating my birthday cake, because birthdays are like a great excuse to buy a big cake and to eat hopefully multiple slices of that cake. And I'm really excited because I'm getting a yuzu birthday cake and I love 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐢 so much. But I wanted to talk about the books that I'm currently reading. First of all, I am reading When Among Crows by Veronica Roth. I literally have no idea what this book is about. I just started reading it and I'm honestly kind of confused, but I'm reading it because it is written by Veronica Roth, which, as we know, wrote the Divergent series, and it's pretty short. I think it's like 100 and something pages. See, it's 152 pages. I was pretty surprised by how short it was because I didn't expect it, but I love the cover. I think it's so gorgeous. So I'm currently in my sister's room playing Genshin because, look, I don't even like Natlan if I'm being honest. I'm so tired of the Archon quest, but I also get FOMO. So every single time there's a new event, I want to do the event because I want to get the free stuff that you can't get again. But I wanted to talk about Goodreads and the reading challenge because I made a whole video complaining about that, and I still stand by that. I don't even look at the Goodreads reading challenge anymore because I think it looks ugly. If we're being honest, they messed it up so badly. The thing that I liked about Goodreads is mainly the community. I made so many friends on Goodreads. I love seeing what they're reading, and also because it's the oldest reading app, they have a lot of data in terms of like reviews and books and all that stuff, which is why I like Goodreads. And I also feel like it's pretty simple. I mainly use it just to update the books and look at the reading goals to see, you know, how many books I've read in the year. I have been trying out some new reading apps though. I've tried out Storygraph, I think a year ago, and I unfortunately didn't really like it. But I have been trying this app called BuGuMi, which, look, that app I think is pretty interesting. It's really cool. However, I don't like how it's behind a paywall, and also I feel like it's so confusing for me to use. Like, there is too much stuff to use on the app and it's like overwhelming for me. And then I also tried using Fable because a lot of people have been recommending it, and I'm actually liking Fable so far. I like how there are also different trackings and it's not behind a paywall from my knowledge. But I think the biggest thing that I want to do is just really write down and record what I read in a year. So stuff like statistics and all that jazz, they are interesting for me to find out, but it's like not the biggest thing for me. So as of right now, I am trying those apps out. I think I'm going to delete BuGuMi though because I do find it interesting, and I do think that if you like to read reading journals and all that stuff, you will probably like it. But just for me, it's like too much. It's too much stuff. So as of right now, I'm going to stick to using Goodreads in terms of like updating my books and just like looking at what my other friends are reading and just looking at kind of the books that I may want to add to my reading list, because I don't know, since I've been on Goodreads for a really long time, it's just easier for me to navigate. In terms of like my reading challenge, I've decided to just use my Notion because I have this whole reading journal on Notion, and I've already made my 2025 reading log, and it's just like simple. Like, I'm being so honest, I just love like a simple reading tracker thing. I'll show you guys my Notion reading log, and I do a little screen record of it just to give you guys what it looks like. But yeah, I don't know, I just love the simplicity of stuff like this. And then I also added like a thoughts on books section, so I can write like a little small review, and also the section where I can put if I reread a book or I really enjoyed a book. And I don't know, it's something like this that I really enjoy doing compared to like other apps. So I just celebrated my birthday with my family, which was so exciting. We're gonna have yuzu cake, which I haven't ate yet because I'm gonna eat dinner. But I wanted to talk about the books that I have been reading. So I finished When Among Crows, which this book is so short, but I swear it packs a punch. And it's crazy because this book, it's 152 pages, but I swear it's better than other fantasy books that I've read before. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's basically about, you know, the mortal world, and then we have these creatures kind of hiding in the shadows, and these creatures basically feed off like emotions such as fear and anger. And I'm not gonna even try and pronounce their names because I think it's like Polish names, and in my head, even when I was reading it, it was just like such a scramble of words. But we basically follow the mortal, and he's like a hunter of these creatures, and it was just such an interesting book. Like, it was so unexpected. I don't know, I just really like the vibe of the story. And then when I got more into it, I was like, I don't know where this book is going. There's a lot of kind of not really twists and turns, but I feel like it really talks about regrets and morality, which I always find themes like that super interesting. And I feel like surprisingly, even though it's such a short book, the characters have a lot of flaws and depth to them. And I also think that the whole like mythology of the creatures and everything is really interesting. So honestly, if this was, you know, a longer book, I would be happy, but I think because it's a short book, it has a bigger impact. There's also romance in this book, and I feel like that's crazy. Like, you're giving me this whole like adventure plot, a whole quest of them trying to find someone, this whole idea of the main character and his like background, and then we also have, look, there was a lot of things going on, but then we have all of that, and then we also have romance and like found family, and there's just so much. Like, this just shows that you do not have to create like a 500-page long book to create a really good story. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, because I have started rereading this book, I think 2 years ago, like in 2023, and then I read up to Prison of Azkaban and I just never continued. I don't know why, I just never continued, and I think it could be because the books get fatter over time and I was just not bothered. But I got the book on my Kindle, which will hopefully make it faster for me to read, and I have just read the first chapter. This year I am trying to reread more books because I want to, I guess, refresh my memory of my favorite books. But you know, it's the 15th of Jan, which is my birthday, and to be honest, I feel like I've already had a pretty good reading month. Like, I'm happy. From yesterday, it has been storming and raining, and it's currently raining right now, which the storm was crazy. Like, literally lightning flashing. It was like pouring buckets, lightning and everything. So you know what, that means that today is a cozy day, and hopefully I will spend the day actually reading. I also need to edit some of my videos that I've been putting off editing because I'm procrastinating. I'm still reading Harry Potter, of course. I think I literally only read one chapter though, so it's quite interesting because rereading it again, I'm really like, oh yeah, this is really a middle grades book, if that makes sense. Like, the vibe is very middle grade, but it's also very nostalgic. So hopefully today I actually do get to read a lot, because I feel like recently I have been kind of procrastinating and doing other stuff, which is mainly just like watching TikTok or YouTube. So I went out to a little cafe with my friend to catch up and eat some dessert, and then the next day I went outside to the mall as well, and I had sushi for lunch. I had my favorite chicken and avo and tuna and avo sushi rolls. I was actually thinking of going shopping, and I really wanted to go to Muji because I had something that I specifically wanted to buy, but Muji was closed, no longer there. The store never existed, and I was so upset. Anyways, I went to W Cosmetics because I was looking for a skincare product, which was the Good Dow Vitamin C Serum, and then I went to check and there was none left in stock. Next, we went to Butterboy and we ordered 2 cookies. The first one was a salted caramel macadamia cookie, and then the other was a strawberry matcha cookie. Do I think these cookies deserve the hype? I I think the salted caramel macadamia one was really good, but then the matcha one was too fudgy for me and was too sweet, and I love sweet stuff. But I also ordered this watermelon strawberry yuzu smoothie, which honestly this did not taste good. It tasted like water and I was very disappointed. I went to Pandora to get my bracelet clean, which I was picking up, and I was also looking at some very cute charms that I was thinking of getting, but I didn't end up buying anything. So I went to the mall and I honestly thought that I was going to do like a whole haul and everything, but then I didn't end up buying anything, which is good because, you know, I'm saving my money. But I wanted to do my final updates of the books that I have read this week. So first of all, I progressed with Harry Potter. I'm 40% into it. I think, you know, at the beginning, not gonna lie, I was kind of bored, but now I'm getting into the juicy parts because we're finally going into the tournament aspects. Definitely because this book is really thick. It does take time to obviously build up all the action and going back to Hogwarts and everything, but we are finally getting into the juicy part. So hopefully after this I will be more like into it, because not gonna lie, I started it and I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it, but it wasn't as good as I was remembering it to be. And I think because I'm gonna get into, as I mentioned, the juicy parts, it will get better. I also started reading the Hawthorne Legacy, and I read this kind of in between Harry Potter just as like a little break, but I'm reading the Hawthorne Legacy, and if I'm being honest, this book is like, this series is not the greatest. I'm reading it and I cannot take it seriously. I cannot take Grayson Jamison, or however you pronounce his name, seriously. I don't think that the romance is good because I hate love triangles between brothers. Like, that is something that needs to be stopped, okay? And I don't know, it's just something about the writing just feels like overly dramatic, but not in a good way. So I will just finish the series, you know, just to finish it, but definitely it's not going to be in my like top 10 or anything. But anyways, that's basically my week and my birthday week, which was very exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please like, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in another one. Bye!